There's 9 races on the Hollywoodbets Scottsville card on Sunday as we round off racing on the weekend. Hey everybody, good to have you along for a short thing. Let's see how many winners we can find on this 9-race card on Sunday afternoon, where the first race gets underway at 12:05. If you are going to be taking your Hollywoodbet Punter Challenge, you of course need to be on before noon, because that's when the entries close. It's a free entry, you take the bet slip, and that's how you put yourself in line to win the big cash prize. So the first of 9 races is a maiden juvenile plate, where 8 runners are carded to contest this 1100-meter contest. We've got a couple of first-timers, there's a couple of them that's had 1 run, and there's others that's coming along nicely as they're improving with racing. I'll start with number 3, Treaty of Paris. Now on debut, this horse was slow away, had to switch, and with that one under the belt, I do think that we can expect quite a bit of improvement second time at the races. 4, Zakatu is from the visiting stable of Tony Peter. Now both Tony Peter and Clinton Binder have brought a few horses down to Pietermaritzburg, and I do think that they will be competitive in the races that they have runners, and we'll of course touch on that as we work our way through the card. Tony Peter, I do believe, can finish in the number 1 box. Zakatu's had 3 runs. First time out was 4th, next time out 3rd, last time out 2nd, and I do think can go one better because there's further improvement that is expected. So, for Zakatu to win the opener, ahead of 6, Like Fire, who should improve from first to second run and should improve further. For 3rd, I'm going with 3, Treaty of Paris, and 4th, number 8, Natural Law, Craig Zaki's Mount. 4, 6, 3, 8, the numbers, race 1. Second race on the card is the non-black type Umtumboti Stakes. This race to be run over 1950 metres, and only 6 runners to contest race 2, and immediately your eye falls on number 2, Royal Victory, the class horse in the race. He's the best weighted, and if one looks at his form last time out, he was bumped when he left the start. Certainly recovered nicely and kicked on strongly in the closing stages, and I do think that Royal Victory will take a power of beating in this, the second. If there are to be any dangers, we could possibly look at number 1, Silent War, from the Tony Peter yard, but there is question marks about whether this horse will be able to see out the trip of 1950. 3, Saluque, that one is held by Royal Victory, and then there's 4, Miss Platina. I think she should give the boys a run for their money. 2, 1, 3, 4 are the numbers I'm looking at in race number 2. Moving on to the third race, it's a maiden plate over 1400 metres, and here we have a field of 12 runners who will contest the third race on the card. Let's start with 1, Owner of Creation. This horse showed very good improvement last time out. Muzieni retains the ride. Only problem is that was on Polly. Number 4, Master of Rouvaun. This horse has got moderate form, I do think can improve. 5, Fire Tiger. This is Frank Robinson's only runner on the day. This horse improved from first to second start, and I do think there's more to come. 7, Zayakala. Found the frame in its last 2 starts. Fitted with a tongue tie, and I do think that is what made the difference. The tongue tie on again. So 7, Zayakala, definitely one for the shortlist. Same can be said about number 8, Lava Burst. Decent form, must have a chance. But to me, number 10, Quagga Blitz, is the one to beat. From the stable of Clinton Binder, has got Sean Veal on board. This horse finished 3rd last time out. The horse that finished just ahead of it in 2nd was a horse called Paul Revere, who subsequently come out and franked that form line. This horse has got very good form, and I do think will enjoy 1400. Quagga Blitz for me, the one to beat. So I'm going 10, 8, 7, 5, the numbers in race number 3. Fourth race on the programme is a maiden plate for fillies. This race to be run over 1400 metres, 11 runners will contest the 4th race on the programme. Number 2, Our Lady Fate. This horse really has got solid recent form. Runner-up in last 2, overdue for a win, however, is going to bump a horse from the Tony Peter yard, number 5, Like a Prayer. And I can almost picture this little grey filly. She jumps, she goes. She's got lots of toe from the get-go, and I do think that she will get away from them and will be hard to pick back in the closing stages. So I'm going with 5, Like a Prayer, to win it, ahead of 2, Our Lady Fate. For 3rd, I'm going with number 11, Takalavi, who should be in the shake-up. And for 4th, I'm going with number 7. 5, 2, 11, 7 are the numbers in race number 4. Race 5 is a B Stakes to be run over 1400 metres and a field of 12 runners to contest the 5th race on the programme. A couple of them are actually renewing rivalry in this race. I'll start with number 1, Bowie. Now this horse is having his peak run in this race. Should be cherry ripe to run another cracker. Has got decent form coming into this race. Now number 3, Parmenian from the stable of Goth Puller. This horse renews rivalry with Tyrconnell, so too does Imposing renew rivalry with Tyrconnell. Parmenian is 2 kilos better off for a 2.85 length beating, so that brings Parmenian closer to Tyrconnell. 5, Imposing is 2.5 kilos better off at the weights with number 6, Tyrconnell. That was for a 1.15 length beating. 2.5 kilos, 1.15 beating, that should be enough to turn the tables. Imposing has consistent form, definitely a big runner. And when we get to number 6, Tyrconnell, you'll see that Tyrconnell picked up a £5 penalty, or rather a £4 penalty for that last win, is unbeaten over the course and distance, and is on song to bring up the hat-trick, but I'm going with what I'm seeing on paper. 5, Imposing to turn the tables on number 6, Tyrconnell. For third, I'm going 1, Bowie, and fourth, number 3, Parmenian. 5, 6, 1, 3, the numbers in race number 5. That takes us on to the 6th race on the card. It's a D Stakes where 10 horses are carded to run in the 1600 metre contest. And here are a couple of horses that I thought one need to take into account. The likes of 2 Attaboy. Yes, has got a big weight of 64 kilos to shoulder, but the horse that finished in 4th was a horse called Porfirio, who has subsequently come out and franked that form line. This horse is having his 2nd run after a race, so should strip a little bit fitter. Number 3, Ideal Gift, has got good recent form, can finish in the money. 7, Beach Palace. Now this horse takes a drop in class, has a big weight of 64 to carry, but has Muzieni back on board, who knows him well. Definitely cannot be ignored. Then there's number 8, Pongola, who is back from a 12-week break. Another one that, if not in need of the run, could finish in the money. But I must admit, I like the look of number 10, Connoisseur. This horse set the pace in its last 2 starts and found the frame on both occasions. This horse will have lots of early gate speed to overcome the draw of 10, and if this horse gets away at the right time, will be hard to peg back. So I'm going 10, Connoisseur to win it, ahead of 3, 7 and 8. 7th race on the card is a Class 4 to be run over 1600 metres, 10 runners carded to contest race 7 on the programme. Let me start with number 1, Colorado Creek. This horse is going over 1600 metres, and that to me is a little bit of a concern, but this horse does have very, very good form. 2nd last time out, the horse that finished 4th behind him was a horse called Rani of Janzi. That horse has subsequently come out and won, but the manner in which this horse finished off that last start over 1200 could possibly give us an indication that he's ready to go over a little bit more. I must admit, I like the form that number 3, Hodgepodge, has shown to date. To me, Hodgepodge, on current form, definitely is the one I'm going to side with. Finished 2nd in both his post-maiden efforts. Ran on nicely over the course and distance last time out, and to me is going to be the one I'm going to go with. So 3, Hodgepodge to win it, ahead of 7, Buttercup Baby, who should have further improvement to come, having won 2nd time out. For 3rd, I'm going with number 9, Tomiris. And for 4th, I'm going with number 4, Redu. 3, 7, 9, 4 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 7. That takes us on to the 8th race, the penultimate on the card. It's a Class 5 over 1200 metres, where 9 runners are carded to run. I'll start with number 2, Dawn Surprise. Now, if one looks at the form, you'll see this horse needed that comeback run. Should strip fitter 2nd run after rest, and a horse that cannot be ignored. 3, T-Rex has got decent recent form. Muzieni takes the ride. I see they've removed the blinkers for this run. Another horse that could finish in the money. Same can be said about 5, Aldrock. Solid recent form. Loves this course and distance. Should be in the shake-up. But it's the Clinton Binder-trained number 7, Prize Platinum, that I'm going to be siding with. Down from Johannesburg, that was 2 very good last runs on the high felt. He's having his peak run, so I do think will be cherry ripe to unsettle in the number 1 box. I'm going 7 Prize Platinum to win it, ahead of 5, 3 and 2. And that takes us on to the last race on the program, race 9. It's a class 4 over 1200 where 12 runners are carded to contest the last of the afternoon. Number 3, All the Time, 8, Gorgeous Guy, and 10, Magnum Magic. They all renew rivalry, and there's obviously, as you would know, a difference in terms of the weights. I'll start with 3, All the Time. Kilo bet off at the weights with number 10, Magnum Magic, for a 0.8 length beating. So that should bring the two literally almost next to each other. All the Time, that was a good last run and should strip fit a second run after rest. Number 7, Agrado. That was a fair postmate in Everett last time. This horse is lightly raced, and I do think we can expect a little bit more improvement to come. 8, Gorgeous Guy. Kilo bet off at the weights with number 10, Magnum Magic, and that was for a 1.1 length beating, so that should also bring him right alongside Magnum Magic, which takes us on to number 10, Magnum Magic. This horse followed up that maiden win with a good second over the course and distance. Rachel Venica is on board, and she retains the ride. She takes the 1.5 kilos off the back, and I do think warrants healthy respect and should take the Lions prize, a share of the prize money, as this also happens to be Tony Riverland's only runner on the day. So I'm going 10, Magnum Magic to win it, ahead of 7, 3 and 8. And that takes care of our preview of racing on Sunday afternoon at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. I trust you'll find as many winners. End the weekend on a winning note. Till next time from me, Rouvaun, you take care. Cheers for now.